All right, good morning to all. Grand rising to everyone. Well, it's already a day to get started. I pray that you get everyone on that you can. We have enough to cover to make up the world. The world is truly being made up of some things, and I'm excited about it. I got my thing here. Sharon Fred, T, Salt Lake City and Bountiful, Utah. Auntie for Betty Carter, and let us get ready to go on. And I got my cup here. Don't forget, take time to breathe, everybody. It is indeed hot and it's good. Good tea. And I had me a pack of, I had to get me a little Lorna Doone to stick in it. Oh yeah, nothing like a little Dunkin', a little Lorna Doone. That'll get you going, people. All right. So it is a little chilly here in the Pocono Mountains. I don't know what it is where you are, but it was cold this morning. And so it was a little bit hard cranking up, but I'm here. I want to say to you, God is really moving. I talked about the shift. It's very important for you to get ready for it. There's switch that's taking place, being able to switch over to what God has for you at the same time. I want to know how many people are really ready. Good morning, Lala. Good morning, Jag. Good morning, Burnett. You know, it's got to say, well, good morning, Wasidra. Good morning, Beth Daniels. Good morning, Diane Williams out in California. Sloan with an E, Hardy with a Y. 40 going east. Good morning to those over here on our YouTube page. Good morning, Chapman. Good morning, Rouse. Good morning to Aljetta Broughton. I'm always going to say that we miss you dearly. We're so glad that you tune in with us all the time. We're praying for you and your family. Good morning to the author, the great author of the book, Living on the Other Side of Grief, Dr. Seth Crosby. Good morning to you and your wife. I'm telling you, oh man, I want to get into it. Good morning, Dr. Rochelle Lee. Good morning, Betty Carter. I already did my clink clink to your auntie. And happy birthday. Not only happy birthday, it's your birthday month, so everybody put their little hearts up for Betty Carter. You know, she's been working it out for her birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. So to all the birthday people of the month of October, happy birthday to you. Just don't forget to breathe. Ooh, ooh, I swallowed too quick. That was hot. Cover my throat, Lord. Oh, God. But anyway, happy birthday to all of you. All right, good morning to everyone. I'm telling you, it's going to be a grand time. I need you to still remember to pray for Bishop Leapart and their homegoing service that they have to do for their sister-in-law. Please pray for them that God will continue to bless them, even though he's trying to celebrate. He is celebrating his 37 years of marriage to his lovely wife. And their anniversary, we celebrate that, but pray for them at the same time. All right, I just thank God that God is doing it. And it's such a blessing that God can do all of that. So you're getting all these birthday hearts, Betty Carter. Yes, I think it was last year you did your birthday party. I was so glad to be a part of it. Your daughter did a wonderful job. And so I'm just grateful for all of that. I just want to say to you that God is doing so many great things. I want to dive right into this. There are some things that God is just doing. And I don't want to miss it. So, we're talking about 5786. We're talking about how God has opened up this new year. And if we are smart, and that is an if because it now depends upon you. I'm so grateful for the SHIP conference. I want to say thank all of you for who I took pictures with, that you tagged us in with it. Or you may have saw me and took a sneak picture and you tagged us in it. But I'm grateful for all of that. You're so welcome. So I just want to say that, there are things that are happening. We've been on point with these things almost all year until we got to where we are now, even down to the conference that they had in Birmingham. And I just will not forget it. The city is not the same. He probably doesn't realize totally all the things that have taken place because it's hard to see it. I want to say congratulations to Dr. Sharice Hooks, who is a grandmother, her first grandchild. And I told her, now you're a grandmama, mama, for real, for real, for real. And may she enjoy her grandchild and enjoy I can't remember if it was a girl or a boy. I'm not sure because I don't want to mess that up. But she has a grandchild, and I'm so excited for her, and we want to thank God for what she does in the earth. But those of you that are leaders, you know, I looked at this 40-day devotional and workbook that is there, and then I looked at Shepherdess Powell's. And those of you that are writing the books and you're putting your time in, and you're slowing it down enough to do so, I want you to know you gotta understand the power of what God is allowing you to write. Don't take it lightly. We have a young lady who's putting her book of poems together. There's power behind everything that you write. Everything that you're writing. I have to close my eyes because I can feel the power of God, and I want to center myself again. There are things that God has given you to do that is just powerful. And in this time, if you pick it up right now, thank you all for going and putting on the, we're going to get it done. We're going over to message me yesterday and say, this is what you're ready to do. Let's get this done. I'm ready to do it. And some of you, you didn't, but hey, I know what I'm doing when I got that. I know that I have it set for this. But you got to be ready for the switch, ready to follow instructions. If I said, let's do this 14 times, and we had to do it 14 times, and going to say, I got to say it 14 times, there's a reason why we're saying it. There's a reason why it has to be typed out. There's a reason why we're connecting, and you're saying it to me, or I have to say it to you, because there's something that's being activated. There's something that's being activated, people of God. There's something God is activating in you, around you, within you and around you. Your surroundings and something within you has your resources that you need, and it's there. Oh God. I was just speaking to my prayer partner this morning. We said how God has really done some things for us, and I have to sit and think because I got to get myself out of something. But I said, the Lord has blessed us to get out of some jams, we've been in. It was not always easy, but it's come. It has been easier than it has been in years past because we have an ear to listen to what the Lord is speaking and how to move, and that he graces us to come out of these things. All right, now I need for you to share this page. I want the people to come on. If you have to write a little note to them, you need to be on here today. This is why people don't always get what they need, because they say, I'll catch up on it. You get a fresh word. Get it when it's fresh. It'll carry you through the day. So we know that this is not a year. It's a hinge. It's a divine nail driven through time. Fasten heaven's breath to the earth's bones. 5786 is not a number. It's a summons. A trumpet blast in the spirit realm. Oh God, I know you felt that, Crosby. It's a trumpet blast in the spirit realm, a call to rise, to rebuild, to reconnect, to stop speculating and start activating. I almost turned the coffee and my tea and everything else over because I could have flipped the table on that alone. On that alone, some people should be responding immediately like, whoa, that's totally me. Because the enemy wants you to continue to stop and just speculate. You say, no, I don't have time to speculate. It's a time of activation. It's a time to rebuild and reconnect. Oh, God. It's a time to hear the trumpet when it blasts in the spirit realm. Listen, I know it's just not a number. It's a summons. And I'm in the summons, and I'm being summoned in this year to blow the trumpet and blast it in the spirit realm. I've been called to rise and to rebuild and to reconnect. And I've been called to stop speculating and start activating. Oh, I got a drink right here. I have a drink. I remember that God is saying, you've heard enough. Oh, Lord, you've heard enough. When Jazz got up to preach on, I think it was Tuesday night, and the very foundations had begun to shake. The word was so powerful. It was shaking the very foundations. You had no idea. What you heard through the broadcast was one thing, but what you felt in that building was another. It was like heaven was coming through the ceilings of the building. I kid you not. It was deafening, okay? The praise, the sound, and everything in that order, okay? So you've heard enough. Now it's time to become the word you've heard. When I left, well, first of all, I can't get over the rows of pastors and leaders that were in that building. I met Pitts, Reverend Pitts. He was there, and I had seen him before. He didn't know I had seen him before. But I prayed. This has been, since I've been back, I just been praying for him. Now, I may not get to see him again, until I get back to another meeting or something, but I prayed for him. There was something about his spirit that just lifted me. Oh, there were so many pastors there. You keep going back to them. I mean, you're here for us. I am, but don't try to take my assignment. You better learn yours. And so there were so many leaders there that were there, and I said to myself, I prayed. I didn't go questioning like, God, I wonder, do they realize what you've given them? Because they don't understand. No. There was an understanding, even if it was not to the fullest, because none of us have the total of what God was doing for us. But we understood that we were there for a purpose. There was a plan that God has for us. So we were there because we heard the clarion call. And even if we were coming out of that, well, I was just going to go, when we got there, God sure met us there. Now, we can clear that up. But there was something unusual that was on those leaders. It was something unusual that was happening for the people, the body that was there. The body. When I met Betty Smith, there were people that I met that were there, the people I met that were there, there was something that was moving unusual in their life. And it wasn't because I had met them for the first time. Some of them I have been dealing with because they said, you gave me a word while we were on the prayer, on the call, on this broadcast, or when they were listening to the I Am the One, when I'm allowed to be on, and I always said it when he's sharing his broadcast with me. But there was something unusual that was happening. There was a phenomenal move in that building, and it spewed outside. I drove up one night, and the doors, they had opened up the doors. You could see the lighting from the inside of the sanctuary all the way out to the street. But something took place. There was an anointed move, and I kept saying, Lord, he said, it's on the grounds, it's in the grounds, it's saturated from years and years, but this is something new that I'm springing forward. I said, okay, God, I follow what you're doing. I'm holding to what you're saying. He said, you're going to recognize the more when you get home, I'm going to settle a lot of things in you, and you're going to realize there's a greater move than what you've experienced while you were there. You're going to talk about it to the people to let them know that I'm telling them that they have to get activated because there's a greater move in them than what they're experiencing while they're listening to the word that I give you if they activate the word that I'm giving you. Whew. Okay, so we get there to this piece. You've heard enough. Now it's time to become the word that you've heard. To move from revelation to reformation, from prophecy to purpose, and from hearing to doing, people. This is a year where grace, number 5, meets warfare, number 7, where new beginnings, number 8, are hooked to humanity, number 6. Okay, and where your mouth becomes a mantle, where your mouth becomes the mantle, where your mouth becomes a mantle, where your mouth becomes a mantle, and your obedience becomes a movement. Okay, let me just pause right there. Somebody should have got something from that. Okay, so rise, reformer, speak life. Oh, God. Speak like your breath carries breakthrough, because it does. Move like your steps echo eternity, because it does. Build like your hands are hammering heaven into earth, because they do. Let me just take another swallow here. Oh, God. Genesis 1:1 says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. God has said the activation for that is, oh, God, I got to stay calm. The divine connector, you are the, we call it the Ba, B-A-A-B, you are the link to the heavens. He's connected you, the body, to the heavens. You're the earthly body to the heavens because your spirit left from there. He said, I'm connecting you. I'm trying to stay calm because I want you to know your connection is so important and your obedience is even better. James 1:22 says, be doers of the word and not hearers only. Don't just receive prophecy, respond to it. Build altars with your actions. That's what we need you to do. Know that there's new beginnings, people. Isaiah 43:19 says, behold, I'm doing a new thing. Let go of the old wineskin, make room for the new mantles. That's why I don't know. Listen, I know there's a time coming. We're getting ready for, I'm getting ready because I have to start first for Prayer on the Mount 2026. And I'm getting ready for the new wineskin. I'm getting ready for the mantles. There's something that's about to happen. I have to prepare, train, get everybody ready in my own place here. I got to get ready to go southbound. A preparation for people preparing to come to the mountain. This is really blowing my mind. And all of this, I have to have all these things done within, listen, plan-wise, within 2 weeks. I'm sharing that with somebody who said, I can't do it. I don't know where to go. You better sit down. You better take some time and ask the Lord, give me the space, or I will make room for you, Jesus, that you can come in and speak. That's all I can say. This is the time to start right now. You're waiting on January, you better start right now. Ooh. Because as the shift is taking place, there is a switch. And sometimes you have to be able to switch at different times. When you go to the airport, they'll tell you that this, where you were supposed to get your plane at gate 25, they have switched you to another gate. There's been a gate change. And they changed the gate sometime to Concord C, and you're at Concord F. You got to get from F all the way over to C. You have to be able to make that switch quickly. Wow. You got to be open for it. I got some stuff I'm looking at. I got my notes over here because I had to get up this morning and write those notes. So it's new beginnings. You got to understand there's grace in warfare. 2 Corinthians 12, verse 9, 12 through 9. My grace is sufficient for you. Grace isn't passive, it's power in the middle of the battle. Now, should this be making a lot of sense to some people? And you're grabbing it. I need for you to put in 47. Because God is manifesting some things in your life. You're going to complete some things in your life. And should you be jammed up, the God of the 11th hour, because 7 and 4 makes 11, is about to step in And then you're going to see the grace of God come through this. Wow. You're not going to get it. Sometimes you got to clean up some stuff in the background. Keep cleaning up that stuff in the background. Don't stop cleaning it up as you're moving forward in the new. Clean up some things, keep moving in the new. Clean up some things, keep moving in the new. Whoa. You ask God what's the most important things you got to do, because you never know what you may need as you're moving forward. Whew. You got to know there's a divine alignment. Amos 3:3. Can two walk together unless they agree? Align your steps with heaven's rhythm. Agreement births acceleration. Heaven's rhythm for me was to be there at that shift conference. I want to share something with you. It was something to get there, but I did it. It wasn't like, it wasn't when I first talked with him, and we were just talking. The Lord just gave me something. I just want to just give you a synopsis of that. Synopsis. I hadn't planned to go like that. I said, this is what the Lord said, blah, 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 about something else. And he said, well, do we get ready? I said, yeah, and this was going to happen to this. And in the middle of him, I'm saying this, and he said, well, I said, I'm going to be there. This is going to be historical. And he said, well, you know, Bishop Pearman, you know now, you can see him shaking his head. I said, I'm telling you, it's going to be phenomenal. I didn't know nothing about the guests. I don't think he had gotten all the things together. I said, but I can tell you this much. When you finish, it's going to be powerful. That's all I want to tell you. That's all I got to say. And anybody that comes there is going to be overly blessed. Da, 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 da. It's going to be historical. Da, 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 ba, 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 ba. All the things. You ain't got to know everything. But one thing for sure, everything to the T that God gave worked. But my participation, when I'm saying that I needed to be at a place to witness, I had to follow through on my part, obedience. I had aligned myself with heaven's rhythm and was in agreement, and it birthed acceleration that I could get to the place. And while I was sitting there, I was in alignment with people who were walking in agreement with what God was doing in the shift. You got to ask God to help me be with people who are producing. Not a whole lot of talkers. Not a whole lot of gonna doers. But people that are going to produce, that stir your gift. And it's not going to hate you because you do produce. They're not going to trample you down because you made a mistake in producing the gift. Sometimes we're producing and we miss some things. I thought God spoke to you. They can say, you know what, hey, get back up, go back, ask God, what did I miss? And then go back and do what you need to do to get it going. Because you got to remember something, people of God. There are things you're going to speak, and then when you speak them, you're going to walk it out. And some things you may miss, and there are going to be some people that's going to talk about you. Why? Because they got tongues in their mouths, a voice to speak, and they got to have something to say. And you're the topic of the day. Now, you may not like being the topic of the day. You get tired of it. You got to get around the people. Get from around the people that say all the time, I don't know why they talking about me. And what they got to talk about me for? I be minding my business. You do mind your business. You do all of those things. But people talk about you for minding your business. They talk about you for being a producer of what God give you. They talk about you when you fall. Some people are glad that you got a speck of dust on your clothes. They always come in here thinking they so sharp. I'm so glad they had a stain on their dress. Now, how they feel about that? That's just how some people are. But woo-woo for them. Let's clap our hands. Let's give them a hand clap. Woo, woo, woo. Now let's keep on going. Because you're not going to stop me from making my steps. And I'm going to still keep the heart of God. So my alignments makes the difference. So are you being blessed? I am. I love it. Okay? So I got to recognize the shift. This isn't just a new season. It's a new structure. Heaven is not just visiting, it's inhabiting. Okay? Ask God, where is God hooking? I got to make sure I get myself together. I'm moving quick. Where is God hooking heaven to earth in my life? Pause. Think about it. Right now, I'm going to get you to pause again because I need you to do me a favor. Hit that like button, put that thumbs button, hit that thumbs up button. And those of you can share this page real quick, I need you to share it. I am determined. I told you there are 3 things this year is going to happen. 1, we're going to share until it just overwhelms the system. Number 2, we're going to have at least 2 days out of the week. One to begin with, that we're going to have one day that everybody's going to give. Everybody's going to give. We're going to have that day. That's coming. That everybody's going to give this on the system. They're going to give. Everyone, even afterward, those who come on afterward and see come on later on, everyone's going to give. I've already proclaimed it, declare it, and I'm standing on it. Everyone, I believe and I'm declaring it, and we're going to put it in action. And we're going to celebrate that. That's it. So I want to give you a chance, put that likes in and shares, because I want to ask the producer how many people did it. And then listen, tubers, hit that like button if you can, that thumbs up if you find it. Let's do it. And then I need for you all to subscribe. Let's make this happen. Ooh. So that question was, where is God hooking heaven to earth in your life? And we need to go further into it. I see some people, their faces are coming before me. They're like, I'm trying to follow that out. I'm trying to rock with you in that, but I'm not really catching it. We got to get back to that, so I'll work with you on it. But here's the thing, you got to respond with action, okay? Build resources, you got to do some things. Respond with action. You're about to do some children's church. I'm not in the children's church, but you go to find out what can you do to make a very powerful children's church or children's ministry. And you have to go on for those that have it and understand that that's a strong ministry. That kids love it. They look to you. But it's also one of those that people don't always come to join easily. And there are things you have to do to make sure it works out good. And it's not always easy. And maybe you can't do it every Sunday in your church. You may have to do it every other Sunday or one Sunday a month. But if you make it the most powerful Sunday that you do it, it's going to be awesome. You can't do everything you see every church do. They have it every Sunday. We need to have it every Sunday. But if you don't have the capacity, the person that has the capacity to do it every Sunday, you do it one Sunday a month. Look, I want to tell you something. We have to stop allowing people to make you feel bad as a leader, or you that's trying to lead, you're helping, they put the pressure on you to do all these things, and they volunteer for nothing. Because they'll wear you out like that. You say, Lord, how can I make it? So if I have it one Sunday a month, and I can get 3 or 4 people to join me one Sunday a month, and we branch out to every other Sunday, that's what's going to help. That's what you do. Don't burn yourself out like that. God is saying to you, look, respond with action. We'll do it one Sunday a month. We'll have one big event every quarter. Whatever that takes for you, I want to encourage you. They'll tell you what their grandmama's church is doing, what they're doing down at Lily Mae's church, and they doing this at Greater St. Joseph's, but Greater St. Joseph may have the capacity to do it and the people to do it. And guess what? You're not going to Greater St. Joseph, and you don't know the inner conflict they may be dealing with. I just want to put a check right there for you to understand. But you utilize what you have, and you do what you can. You said, we got all these evangelists, I'm just giving you something, and there ain't nobody doing nothing. And we ain't got but 3 or 4 of us, and we do everything. Hold it, put the brakes right there. Put the car in park. Or put it in neutral because you're about to go somewhere. If the others are not doing, they're just waiting on a seat on the platform, the 3 of you, go ahead and make an impact. Do what God has given you to do. Follow to be an inspiration to your leader. Go and do the work of an evangelist. Have the people come in. When they come in, they got a place to come to called home. You're doing an effective work. They're sitting there with their collars and everything on or whatever they do, but you're doing what it's called to do, and you work with what you have. Don't strain yourself looking over in somebody's backyard. They're never available until it's a big day. Then when the big day come, here they come, want to be recognized, or they come up like 2 weeks before because they know what you're doing is a success. Hey, don't do it. It's 57, 86 people. It's a new year, and guess what? There's a shift. And I can work with whatever you bring me. You're not going to push me. You're not going to rush me. And when it comes to things, leaders, you ask God, how does this fit into the plan? Because many of you, God is speaking to you. He's rearranging your vision. He really is. I'm talking to the pastors. And he's really rearranging your vision. And people are going to be throwing things at you from one corner to the next. And I'm sitting here waiting. You ain't said nothing to me about what I'm doing in it yet. Don't let them push you. Put it in correctly. Because at the end of the day, it shall speak and not lie. How about that? Learn that word. So, you got to remember that. Don't wait for the pulpit. Be the pulpit. Boy, I wish I had some people on here to talk to me. Don't wait for the pulpit. Be the pulpit. I can tell you now that every time you allow somebody to get in the pulpit, somebody will say, they ain't never had me up there. Because if I was up there, I'd have done this. That's why you ain't up there. Because if you were up there, you were telling people what you're going to do. I never had to want to get the pulpit because I know when you get up there, all eyes are on you. And what you think is so easy is not easy. And when people look at you, they're looking at you. You better come with a word. And what you think your word is, if you think it ain't, they'll take that word and bite it up and throw it back in your face. Do I have any preachers out there that know what I'm talking about? Any prayer warriors out there that know what I'm talking about? Any scripture readers out there that know what I'm talking about? Create daily declaration that turn revelation into routine. You didn't want to hear that. You got to reform your atmosphere, people. Speak life. Speak legacy. You speak the scrolls of your assignment. You heard me say at the point I didn't want to do the assignment. I didn't want to do it. God, I just don't want to do it. It went from I don't want to do it, but I'll do it. And not only that I'll do it, but I surrender. No fight. I just surrender. Because I can't do the assignment and have a battle going with me and you, God. I just can't do it. So I'm going to surrender to you because as I surrender, guess what? There's no battle. And then I can hear from you, and you'll guide me. And what would have been a fight from the adversary, because I done counted up the cost doesn't even matter anymore. I'm going to have my delight will be in you. To know I will be fulfilling what you've given me to do. But thank you for allowing me to share with you. I didn't want to do it. There you go. I was just glad I was able to say it. But I cried, and I cried, and I cried, and I cried. But I can get some satisfaction. Because when you render your heart unto the Lord, he will satisfy you. Oh, yes. Good morning, Hurley. Good morning, good morning. And so God says you got to speak life. You got to speak legacy. You got to speak scrolls. Your words are nails. Drive them deep. I had to go back to why did I want that assignment? What was the real purpose of saying that, God? And I had to go back and discuss that with him. Use your allow God to show you things and build things and I can't even get any further with that. You got to recalibrate your why. Why, God? Why now? Because heaven is leaning in. Why me? Because I carry the word. Why here? Because this ground is ready for glory. I'm just saying. You got to recalibrate your why. Why did I have to do this assignment? Because I chose you. Because you have the capacity. Good God from Zion. Every time I look at this book, it's my book. I can do it like this if I want to. I love it because it's mine. I read what was written to me. None of y'all business. That inner page was my page for me. It meant more to me than he'll ever know. And when I saw his wife, I'm just sorry I didn't. I'm going to really make my business to talk with her. And she was so stern. I just loved her sternness. It was really nice and gentle. We will be having a conversation. But this book, why did he write this book? Because the ground he wrote it for, the people he wrote it for, the souls he wrote it for, the soil that he wrote it for was ready for the glory of God when they come through their grieving. If you're grieving, you need to know the living on the other side of grief. This is something. This is something. I don't care if the person been dead 80 years, okay? I'm telling you, a snap of this is going to bless you. Whew. I'm trying to stay calm. Woo. Oh God, you have no idea. You have no idea how God is really setting us up. Now, if you're blessed from what you've heard just now, I want you to put in 57. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. So, wow. I want to give it to you like this, so I can try to close it to the best of my ability. I want to make sure I get this in. Okay, I want to make sure I get this up here because I want to pay attention to some things that are happening here. All right, so since this year, 5786 is the nail, the hook, and the holy connector. And it fastens heaven to earth's breath and heaven's breath to earth's bones. And it links grace warfare to warfare and beginning to becoming a prophecy to purpose. Let me just finish this right here because I want to get this in. Because I was watching some things about some people, and I go back to that shift conference because many of those pastors, their lives are just done as far as what God has given them. And I prayed, and I'm praying for them constantly because they have so much that God has given them, and they shall see it. They shall see it. I just saw it in them. Yeah. So let me just go back and just do this real good. All right. So this is a year. It's not just a year. It's a divine hinge, 5786. The nail, the hook, the holy connector. It fastens heaven's breath to earth's bones. That's us. Okay. It links grace to warfare and beginnings to become a becoming and prophecy to purpose. We've heard enough, which I'm saying to it is true. Now it's time to become the word that you've heard, to rise from the rubble of routine and build altars with your obedience. I'm telling you, obedience is better than our sacrifice. And each time I'm able to check myself and become more obedient unto him, it is a blessing. Not because of what I receive as far as out of it, the fact that you were able to do it correctly. There's a healthy feeling about being obedient and doing the right thing. Even sometimes when I don't want to, I feel better that I did the right thing rather than doing the wrong. Okay, and this is the year where the mouth becomes a mantle. I tell you, these mantles are something. Where declarations drive destinies, and where every yes you whisper echoes through generations. So you have to speak reformer, move builders, rise remnant, and become the shift. Become the shift. And isn't coming, it's here. So I'm saying because the shift isn't coming, it's here. The shift is already here. And it's waiting for your response. And are you ready to respond is the question. Are you ready to respond? If you're ready to respond, say yes. Because your yes is going to do something great. 5786 that demands your movement. Why does it demand your movement? Because it's not passive. It's not a passive invitation. It's a prophetic movement that asks you, what are you building that heaven can inhabit? When will you stop speculating and start activating? And where is your altar, your scroll, and your sound, oh God? Boy, I got a lot to do. Okay? And why are you still waiting when the wind was already shifted? Boy, oh boy. And how will you respond when the mantle falls at your feet? Okay? I think we need to listen to that one more time because I ran through it so quick. It just gets me. Okay, and I was trying to hold myself together. Why is 57? Why? I want to say why again. The why. 5786 demands your movement, and that says because it's not passive. Okay, it's prophetic, and it's causing you to move and change. It asks you what, number one, what are you building that heaven can inhabit? That's powerful in itself. It asks us when. That throws me back in my chair. When will you stop speculating and start activating? That's a question that all of us have to answer. And where? Where is your altar, your scroll, your assignment, and your sound? And how will you respond when the mantle falls at your feet? So this is the year of divine collisions. The collision of grace, which is 5. Completion, which is 7. New beginnings, which is 8. And 6, which is connections. It is the year where heaven doesn't just speak, it hooks. And you are the hook. You are the hinge. You are the holy link between revelation and reformation. Remember that, people. Again, what makes the difference? Genesis 1:1. God created the heavens and the earth. You are, and God has said, you are and the connector to bringing people to him and connecting people as he connects you to the heavens. Your obedience, James 1, verse 22. Be doers of the word and not just hearers. Build on what you've heard. Move what you've received. There's new beginnings taking place. Isaiah 43:19. I'm doing a new thing. Will you not recognize it? Okay? Don't just perceive it. Partner with it. Oh, God. I love that piece. Partner with it. And then divine assignments. Ezekiel 3:10. Receive my words in your heart and hear them with your ears. Let the word pierce and then let it pour. This is so important for us. And then there's that legacy movement. Hebrews 11, verse 3. By faith we understand the words were framed by the word of God. The worlds were framed by the word of God. Your words frame the worlds. So speak legacy, people. And as I complete this whole thing right here, I think you're going to really enjoy this piece. Let me just complete it for you. How this works, this divine shift works of 5786 is like this. Consecrate your mouth. Your mouth is a mantle. Fast from idle speech. Now that was hard. Fast from speaking idle, stupid things. Being a part of the gossip committee. You know what I'm talking about. I'm going to leave that all up to you. We all know what that means. Speak only what builds and breaks or births. I started trying to put some of that to work. You don't realize how much stuff you can speak that can mess up things around you until you become spiritually conscious and aware of what you're speaking, and you want to speak only that what will build up people, build the kingdom of God, break things, break curses, stop damage from happening, or birth something into the realm, or just it's something. I know I got some people who understand that, and I think we want to take up. I got to write this in my notes right here. I want us to take. I'm gonna put this here as a special note. I'm gonna try it, and I want us to be honest when we do this. We're gonna try it for about 2 days. Let's try 2 days, and we're gonna pick those 2 days next week. And I want us to come back on DM me on the messenger when we do this. And we're going to pick the 2 days we're going to do it. And we're going to talk about how hard it may have been. And it's going to blow your mind. But we're going to put the effort in and we're going to see what it takes. But discern the divine hooks that God has given you. Not every door is yours. Not every door is your door. Look for prophetic patterns, okay? Peace and purity. If it doesn't carry heaven's weight, it's not your assignment. Build legacy structures. I always say build legacy structures. Build, your resource center to what God has given you. Do that. Equip others to multiply the movement. And then finally in this, you got to be able to say, move in obedience. I'm going to say that. Don't delay. When God nudges, respond. If he's nudging you about something, say, okay, God, how would you like for me to carry it out? Put me in an environment that I can hear a little bit more about it while I'm working on this. Obedience is the oil that keeps things burning. So I wanted to end with that. I wanted to end with that, and I wanted you to know. Remember, we're still dealing with the fact we're on the other side of the table. I don't know how many people viewed the communion from last Sunday. It was an awesome communion service, and we're on the other side of the table. We present ourselves. We're the first 10th. We're the 10th% right there. We're the first, presenting ourselves. Then we bring our offerings unto the Lord, the 10th of our increase, and we present our offering unto him. I want us to continue to line ourselves up like that. I want to encourage you, just because we did tithing, Sunday was our communion, or your communion, or you may commune every day, but the power of it is long lasting after we take of it. The aftermath is wonderful. And I want you to be able to remember that. Some of you need to get ready to, you're coming into your week, you're coming into your time of tithing. Don't let it just because, I did it on that Sunday because I was convicted. Okay, well, then let's see what you can do as you continue to move into it. You want to make the moves that you have continuation. You want to make the move in preparing your gifting. You're making the move. I want to make sure I help you get there, because I don't want you to miss just because you did it once. You want to make sure you continue and be consistent in what God is doing for you. We're moving beyond the table now. Oh, God. If you were on communion with us and you were blessed, I need you to put in, this is a 0, not because of nothing else other than this, it was for you. It helps you realign yourself. If it was another month the Lord had brought you into that you didn't have to see, he brought you through a month to bring you into another month. You recognized it, but you understood the power of communion is now starting to increase in you because you're understanding why you're taking it. And each month it gets deeper and it becomes more real to understanding why your assignment is so important. What makes the difference when we got to the table, and why there was a table before the cross, and what took place after and during and after the table. Oh God, I had to put a 0 up for myself. That's all I had to say. And if you haven't had a chance, go back Sunday and look at the message. You can listen to the message prior to that, Sunday morning. I talk about that. I want you to be able to listen to it. I want you to prepare yourself, because even though we've had communion and we're moving beyond, I want you to go back and keep that in your mind, because we're coming through another month. In a few more weeks, we'll be out of this month because the month is moving quickly. But while we're going beyond the table, he's giving us what this year is all about right here. That you can start now and be ready. So by the time you get to your Julian calendar of 2026, you're already in motion, people. And when you're already in motion, that means you have immediate acceleration toward the goal. Thank you for those who put the 0 in, those zeros in, because you were a part of it. It makes the difference. It makes the difference. And so I want to encourage you today, as you're listening and you're viewing, don't take this for naught. Don't take any of this for naught. Or just think, I just get it when I can because I got it like that. No, none of us got it like that. I pray for visionaries like the Crosbys and Green and Edward and others and Hooks and Grants and all of those people. I pray for them. Why? Because when people have vision, we often take those people in our lives for granted. You know, your prayer warriors for granted. That's why we're in the shape we're in today. Because many of them went home to be with the Lord. We never expected them to leave this earth. And during that pandemic, it swept through here and took them like lightning came through. And we're suffering because we didn't take advantage of them being here. And we missed a lot of the ingredients that we needed from them. Because we thought they were going to be around another decade. I appreciate every one of you that's on here today. Every one of you are important to me. Every one of you. That's why when I go places and they say, I know you, you're so, and I said, well, hey, can I get a picture? Take a picture, but take it like you know me. So because we know each other from just fellowshipping. So I just want to encourage you today. Just know that you're loved, you're cared for. People believe in you. I believe that you're able to do it. You have to believe also in yourself. God believes in you. The Holy Spirit is moving through you and in you. And just because you didn't get it all accomplished don't mean you're a failure. It means you have to go back, settle up, get yourself together and say, okay, I need to deal with myself a little bit different. And when somebody does tell you the truth, guess what? Take the truth and say, okay, Lord, help me to recognize it and deal with myself. That's what you do. I'm your host today, Bishop Kenneth L. Pearman. I'm going to encourage you today to get up, wash your face, brush your teeth, rinse your mouth out, and comb your hair all the way out. And if you don't have any hair, wear that hair. If you wear it with no, just sport it really good. It is Friday, and it is the 10th of October. And I didn't even give you the number for 10/10/2025. I couldn't get it all in there today, but that's a very powerful day, 10th month, 10th day, 2025, and I have to come back with it. You may see me later on, you may not, but I'll get it to you. It's a very powerful day of opening and shifting and things that are happening. That's why things are just swerving a little bit, but it's trying to balance itself out. But it's the grace of God upon us on this day. Now you walk and choose to sow. I pray that you will. As you sow, you see at the bottom of your screen how you can do it. And do so. All of us can do something, and we can, and we will. Ask your prayers. I'm going to make sure we get things done on my end. I told you I have 2 weeks to get this done. That is not a pressure. I'm going to make it work. And I know some of you always said to me, whatever you need, brother, we'll help you. Thank you. And we're looking for great things to take place. Don't forget this Sunday, that's right, at 10:30 a.m. we'll be in our service. I know God is going to move, and he's setting me up for something great. And this something great has to do with not just the church at large that I pastor, but outside the church and the people outside the church, meaning that those who come who are in ministry is not just about you that you're ministering, it's about those we minister to outside of that building. So have a blessed day on purpose, everyone. Look forward to seeing you right back here Sunday morning at 7:35 a.m. Please give our producer a great big hand. He has worked so diligently behind the scenes, even while I was away. His son stood in for him while he was not doing well. And I just want you to just give a lot of hearts up to them. They have worked very hard behind the scenes this week. And I want them to know that we love them and appreciate them. Annette Reed, good to see you on here. Tell your sister Helena I was glad that she's a blessing. Emily, good to see you on here. Again, Rochelle Lee, I got your message. I'll make sure I get to working on that. And so, Tammy, all right. And so I'm just thanking God for all of you. Just look here. Annette Delachino, I think I got it. But if Annette, I'm grateful for you. All right. Evelyn, good to see you. Pam, good to see you. Jackson, good to see you. So glad you're on. And etc., etc., etc. I'm glad. Roland, I'm glad I met you. I'm glad you were on. Leah, I'm glad you're on here all the way from Wilmington, North Carolina. Denise Carter, good to see you on here. Oh my God, so many things that are going on. Thank you all for joining me. But I want you to have a great day, all of you, because you all mean a lot to me, and you just don't know how much. You really don't know how much. Leah, I love you too much. Too much. You are so powerful in your own way. God knows you are. Tell your dad, Charles, I said hello. Bye for now, everybody.